adjustment. We have to be oriented like that. Sorry.
Oh wow, thanks, Blade Shooter.
Okay.
Yeah, this would be the reason. All right.
Hello.
Cheers. Welcome to the live event. Oh Jesus.
I've been in the studio for a while.
Yeah. Say hello to this old chap. How's everybody doing tonight? Thank you for joining us.
We're just about at 8 o'clock. We're 1 minute out.
Mm-hmm.
Welcome to the Ask Me Anything session with the Liquor Store Bros.
Mm-hmm.
It's very exciting. It's our first live in quite a while that hasn't happened in the liquor store. So
Yeah, we're in the studio today.
we've got some beer.
We got our beers. Let us know what you're drinking and have a drink with us.
What are you guys drinking? Can I get a small handle? Okay. So the questions are already started.
Yep.
So thank you all for submitting your questions. We've gotten a lot of them through DMs, through comments on some videos we posted. So we're ready to answer some questions that we already have ready to go, and then we're also going to answer some questions that you guys are asking live now. There's a lot of them.
Yeah, it's
Coming
coming
in
through,
quick.
and I'm loving it. Really, what most people want to know is if we're brothers or if we're lovers.
The biggest one, and we're honestly going to we're going to leave that a cliffhanger till the very end.
Mm-hmm.
That's the last question we're going to answer tonight. Brothers or lovers?
Let us know in the comments what you think.
You can go ahead and vote.
Oh boy.
Yeah, honestly, this was a practice in self-confidence and just comfort in one's own skin, because when we posted this video, basically the only comments were, which one of you's top or bottom?
Yeah. Who's taken, who's given?
It's the internet for you. Well, we're still here regardless of the really disgusting and awful response we got from most of you.
Mm-hmm.
But
I mean, we love you for it.
we're here to take it. Not like that.
When we were wondering, like, ooh, we wonder what genuine questions were going to be asked, and it's all, are you guys gay? Or are you guys related?
It's basically the only thing you guys want to know.
Mm-hmm.
And like I said, you'll find out at the end of this 1 hour AMA that we're going to host from right now until 9 p.m. So it's 8:01. Let's get started with the first question that we're actually going to answer. Do we own the store? That's a question that we've been asked since the beginning of our social media career, and we don't.
No.
No, we don't own the store. I think a lot of you have guessed this by now. It takes a lot of money to own a liquor store.
Yeah, you need the liquor license. You gotta get the permits. I don't know what in the hell that. I don't know how much money it would take.
Just inventory alone, you need
Mhm.
hundreds of thousands of dollars to
Mhm.
open up a liquor store. We don't have that.
Yeah, it's
We're broke millennials.
student loans, baby. I'm still rocking with them.
So we work at a liquor store that's been in business for over 35 years. It's family owned. Same guys owned it for the whole time. That's who we work for. The other questions that we get a lot in relation to this are, how does he feel about the videos you make? For the most part, he likes them. Sometimes we get, that phone call or like that, hey, really?
Well, a little crazy there, guys, don't you think?
Little on the towing the line, maybe. But for the most part, super supportive. We have a really great atmosphere that we work at, so it works out.
Mm-hmm.
We're lucky. Okay.
Yeah.
Let's see what's happening in the chat.
Sure.
First thing I see is thoughts on
Kratom.
Kratom. Like,
My lord.
I've never done Kratom.
I don't plan on trying it.
Okay, so let's move on to the next most obvious question that is also, we're going to see in the chat quite a bit, is got any Blantons? Not going to lie, I put a bottle of Blantons on the shelf just for shits and giggles yesterday. It sat there for a full 24 hours before someone bought it at maybe $10 more than MSRP. So if you're attuned to Blantons and what maybe MSRP is, you can comment with what that price might be. I mean, if someone gets it, I'll tell you. But yeah, $10 above MSRP, bottle of Blantons on the shelf. So yes, sometimes we do have Blantons, but don't call and ask if we have Blantons.
I think you just fed the fire there.
I mean, call us anytime and ask if we have Blantons. Our number is 8675309.
Oh, nice. That took me a little bit.
It's a bad joke.
Sorry. I saw somebody ask me if we keep up with WGI. I do.
Okay, so I like bourbon a lot. That's the first one I saw. You are correct.
Nice.
Yep. Okay, technical difficulties happen,
Mm-hmm.
especially when you've been drinking.
Thanks for bearing with us.
Why Bush? It's another question that I saw in the comments.
Mhm. Why not?
I'm a big Bush fan.
Bush hasn't always been my choice of beer, but I'm growing more and more used to it.
It's not like it tastes good. It's just
Mhm.
like, it's what's around. It's cheap.
It's beer.
It's cleaner and bright as mountain air. Introduced as Bush Bavarian in 1955. It's grown from a regional brand to an Okay, if I turn my ringer off, maybe there. Did it. Okay, welcome back. So, moving on to the next question. We asked, we answered, do we own the store? Let's see, favorite drink and worst drink that we've ever tried.
That's tough. There's a lot of really great stuff that we've had. There's also been some really awful stuff that we've had.
What's your favorite?
I mean, you guys have seen some of our tequila videos. You guys have seen Lalo. Love that bottle, but also the Tequila Ocho.
Ooh, be careful how you say that word.
Yep. That's why.
The Tequila Ocho Puntas.
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 Yeah, that was not what I was about to say.
That N is very important.
Mhm.
Found out.
Yep.
Yeah, I was recommending it to someone, and they looked at me like,
What did you just call me?
"Excuse me." So,
It's probably one of my favorite drink. I like tequila. Tequila make me happy, and it tastes good.
we had a really cool tequila recently at a local bar that it was slightly overproof. I think it was 100 proof. I could be wrong. And it's made by La Gritona. It's the same company that makes La Gritona, and it's in like it looks like a cheesy little bottle with like a bright mustard yellow label and like a little cheap metal screw cap.
I'm remembering that.
I forget the name, but it was really delicious. Yeah, but Gritonia, is it Gritonia? La Gritona. That's another delicious reposado tequila that we always drink when we're out. Yeah, I don't know if that's my favorite though. Favorite drink I've ever had?
Yeah, I mean,
I'd say like there's a couple beers that I've had that have just been like,
whoa. When we went to Red Light, and I tried the goose for the first time.
oh yeah, that Cantillon on draft.
Whoa.
Yeah, I'm a total beer nerd, so like a special Belgian beer on draft that you can really like only get in Europe or like at a very boutique beer bar. That was like that dings my bell pretty hard.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, anything like that.
Yeah, I think I'm yeah, Belgian beers, tequila. Worst drinks?
Yeah, I was gonna say, what's the worst drink? Like that's kind of hard. I try so much crap all day. People are trying to sell me stuff at work all day. Like, here, sell this, and most of it sucks.
Mm-hmm.
So
Here's a sample of this. Here's a sample of that.
What's like? Is there anything that stands out? Ooh, I know. I actually know. It's 99 root beer.
Ooh, yeah.
It was the first time I was ever brave enough to try that 99 brand schnapps shot, and we got the root beer, and I'm like, okay, root beer, how bad could it be? It was during that Not Your Father's root beer craze. Oh shit, was the worst. It's really the viscosity that got me. It was just so thick.
Yeah.
And off-putting.
You're drinking syrup.
Not good. Not good at all.
You know, you can feel it like sticking in your mouth. It's nasty. I don't really like anything that comes from the 99 brand, personally. But
it's like
sometimes you know.
I fuck with some peppermint.
Every now and then, you know. Get ready for a show. Slam a 99 peppermint.
Functioning alcoholics, I mean, and also non-functioning, fuck with the peppermint. You know, like 99 peppermints.
Dude.
Let us know in the comments. Man,
you fuck with the peppermint.
so bad. Okay, favorites and worst drinks out of the way. No. What about? Okay, how do we feel about celebrity alcohol?
Ah. Huh. Do we have it? No.
I feel like everything toes the line, right? Like, for example, isn't this kind of like Sean Evans celebrity alcohol? Is that his name?
Yeah, Sean. Yeah, I think it's Sean Evans. I'm your host, Sean Evans, and I'm gonna hurt people.
Is that Hot Ones, brand? New Amsterdam Hot Ones collab?
Yeah. Honestly, I really liked it when we did the Hot Ones challenge. We did the Hot Ones challenge, got through all the hot sauces, and then took a shot of the heat vodka, and I thought it was actually pretty good. It's spicy.
It wasn't bad. It wasn't overly spicy. It wasn't like a party kind of trick spicy, but it was hot. It reminded you that there were peppers in there.
Yeah, and the one thing that I've been having an issue with, especially with things like jalapeno tequilas, is they start tasting like bell pepper. But let's actually get back to celebrity products.
Yeah, with the celebrity products, I don't know. I feel like there's a lot of bad ones, and there are some good ones. The most important thing is, like, are you getting in the way of an already crowded space for just the sake of making like a quick buck on the side? And there's so many of these brands where it's like, why? I mean, especially in the tequila space, it's like, just stop. Like, we don't need any more celebrity tequilas. You're obviously just trying to capitalize on your name and influence.
That market's starting to get oversaturated, and honestly, is getting in the way of some of the really great products.
And maybe just this is an opportunity. Look at NOMs, the number on a bottle of tequila that designates which distillery it's made at. And you'll see that a lot of these tequila brands are either made at distilleries that make a ton of other other tequilas, or they're made at distilleries that make other tequilas that you've had and don't like. So, I mean, there's always that number on the bottle of tequila, NOM, that'll tell you when you Google that, tell you which distillery your tequila is made at. And celebrity tequilas just tend to be mediocre and overpriced. They're not bad most of the time, but they're just mediocre and overpriced.
Well, then we got things like, whiskey. I mean, Traveler.
Fine. Buffalo Trace doesn't make bad stuff. It doesn't taste bad. Is it worth, how much is it, 30 or 40?
I think it's 30.
Is it $39.99?
I think it's $39.99.
It's too much money.
Yeah. There is only one bottle I would really like to get my hands on that comes from, I guess, a celebrity. It's a band. It would be the Slipknot whiskey. I'd really like to try that, but that's also because I'm a metalhead. I like Slipknot, so to me, it would probably be worth it. Honestly, that's one thing about celebrity brands. Like, how worth it is it to you?
Well, there's actually a great question I just saw. Speaking of metalhead, Iron Maiden has had a beer for a very long time. They might be like one of the first celebrities or bands or musicians to get into the alcohol space. And Trooper is a super traditional, well-made English pale ale, English mild ale, bitter. They do different versions of it, but it's delicious. And that's an example of something that is a really good celebrity brand. Iron Maiden. Okay. So, I think we pretty much got off our chest.
Yep.
And you've heard this before.
Thanks for letting us vent to you guys.
How we feel about celebrity brands. Let's cross that one off the list. Okay. Oh, here. Best and worst things about working at a bottle shop. Why don't you start with that one?
You said best and worst things about working at a bottle shop?
Yeah.
Kind of both. The experiences you see, the experiences that you have, you meet some of the most interesting people ever, and they will make you laugh, or they might make you a little scared. You don't really know which one is gonna happen. Like every day at a bottle store, you really don't know what you're gonna get. So that's pretty cool.
I like
unexpected.
I like that they use the word bottle shop, because that used to be a word that I heard a lot more, and people would be like, "Oh, I'm going to the bottle shop. They have craft beer, which used to come in bottles. Now it's basically exclusively in cans." But my biggest pet peeve about working at the bottle shop, and this is going to sound really bad.
Oh boy.
Is the customers. No. It's not every customer. Honestly, that's the best reason about working at the bottle shop, is the people that come in, the conversation, being able to form relationships and talk about things you love. But on the other hand, craft beer snobs, especially now, have evolved into like the worst beast possible.
It's gotten pretty gnarly, hasn't it?
They just are super resentful about the fact that it's not as popular as it used to be, and the old beers that they used to be familiar with and like aren't available anymore. And they come in with this righteousness, like, "Where's this beer I used to be able to find?" It's like, bro,
You don't have this?
you haven't bought that beer in 6 years, and now all of a sudden you expect it to just appear for you, super fresh. Like, get over yourself. Things change. So just people not changing with the times. Like, I get that there's lots of things that I would definitely prefer to be different, but like, things change and beer changes and life goes on.
You gotta be willing to go forward with it.
So we have a question. Thank you from someone who gave us a nice little tip. Have we dabbled in home brewing? Like, have we made our own beer or mead? Yes, both of us.
Yeah.
Not together.
I actually had to think about what I've made. Me and one of my childhood best friends, we got into brewing. We made a nice like honey ale, and then we tried our hands at an IPA. We also, I think we did a porter at one point. That was pretty cool.
Didn't you make like a really strong wheat ale at one point, like a 10% wheat beer?
That was the IPA.
No, but it was a
Mhm.
wheat IPA. Yeah,
Mhm.
I remember just like this buddy coming in and being like, "I have this very strong beer I want you to try." It's like, whoa.
That was pretty cool.
And it was relatively clean too. Like, homebrewing where we live is not easy. It gets hot.
Yeah.
So I've dabbled very minimally, similar to Dylan. Like, made a couple homebrew batches, and in college we tried to make some mead because we weren't 21 and we wanted to get drunk. It got us drunk. Did it taste good? Absolutely not. So, but we learned some lessons about fermentation, and alcohol science.
I mean, honestly, like it's a pretty cool process. Honestly, the process of making beer, you just kind of start drinking beer while you're making beer. So that's always pretty cool. Who knows? Maybe we'll do it. Maybe we'll start up again.
Okay. If I travel all the way from Jacksonville, will I get something special? Okay, here's a great opportunity for us. Liquor Store 352 is fictional. And this is something that the lines get blurred all the time. We happen to work at a regular liquor store.
Mm-hmm.
Things happen to us, funny encounters happen, and we're fortunate enough to work at a liquor store that lets us use that space as a setting to film funny videos for you. They're totally distinct entities. So when you come and visit us at the store that we work at, if you happen to know where it is and what it is, that's great. We welcome it, but be prepared. It's a small liquor store like pretty much any other. There's not a lot of browsing opportunity.
It's tiny. Within like maybe 35 steps, you will have.
It's 2,000 square feet.
Yeah.
It's small, and all of our liquor is behind the counter, so it's not easy to browse. And honestly, one of the weirdest things we've encountered is people traveling to the store wanting to visit, and there just not being that much to visit.
Mm-hmm.
So we're not saying we don't appreciate it. We love it when you come, and we're definitely willing to hang out and talk to you. But remember, we're at work. It's kind of a different job than our social media job. And it's a small liquor store, in a college town.
For sure. I remember these two dudes came in from Germany and they wanted to tour the store. It was like,
And they Ubered from
Yeah.
far away. It wasn't close.
Yeah, they flew to Tampa from Germany or something like that, or Orlando, I imagine, and then Ubered.
Yeah, and that's not a cheap Uber, to say the least. So if you come to the store, again, great. We're happy to have you. But remember, that's our job. It's separate, and really, like, it's any other liquor store.
Yep.
And there's nothing special there waiting for you other than us.
Word.
If you think we're special.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Let's see. Here's a fun one. Who gets more tail? Yeah, it's him.
Yeah.
I don't get any tail. I mean, I do, but it's the same one over and over again. This is fine.
I'm single.
It's by choice. I'm all for it. But Dylan's all about the variety. I'm more consistency, creature of habit kind of guy.
Spice of life.
Because I found the best one, and I decided if you found the best one, why try anything else?
Fair enough.
Okay, moving on. How long have you worked at the liquor store?
Me? I think I'm currently on like my 4th year or my 5th year, something like that. So, yeah.
Yeah, I remember Dylan got hired when everyone was still wearing a mask.
Yep.
So I saw Dylan for the first time in a mask, and then we really only communicated ever wearing masks. I used to wear this shield thing.
He also had long hair.
I had long hair and a plastic shield over my face because I hated wearing a face mask. So I had a cap with just a plastic shield.
Mm-hmm.
People used to give me the dirtiest looks. They were like, "That's not doing anything to protect me from you." I'm like, it happens. So yeah, I remember seeing Dylan's face for the first time and be like, "Whoa, that is not what I expected." I don't know what I expected, but it was surprising. I just remember it was jarring seeing Dylan's face for the first time. And
Well,
that was, so you must have been hired right around in 2020, 2021.
Yeah, I want to say it was I think it was the tail end of 2020.
Because you were at that Christmas party.
I was?
Yeah,
Was I?
maybe there was no Christmas party that year. It was like the COVID year, no Christmas party.
Hmm.
Yeah, that was like we measure years at work and Christmas party because there's something always dramatic that happens, or like location change.
Mm.
So Christmas parties are like a good way to measure how many years you've been there. In May it'll be 11 years for me, long time.
Damn.
I know.
Damn.
Yeah, right after college. That was
Nice.
Yeah. So it's been 11 years since I was in college, and 11 years since I've been working at the liquor store. So that's how long we've been there.
Mm-hmm.
The store's been there for 35 years. We've been there a little percentage of that time.
Yeah.
Okay. You can eat a hot dog?
Hmm?
You guys are really weird. The comments are... I mean,
Yeah.
you can see the comments.
Mm-hmm.
People are fucking weird.
Yeah.
Whatever. We're down for it. We're weird too. Okay. What else we got? Let's talk about our ultimate pizza. This was another question we got. What's your ultimate pizza? And then the other question, a couple sub-questions. Ultimate pizza, is pineapple appropriate?
No.
I'm not one of these like really anti-pineapple people. Some people hate it. They're like, "What are you doing?"
I'm not anti-pineapple. I just don't really prefer it on my pizza.
I don't feel very strongly about it.
But here's the thing. I love pizza. So, damn it, if somebody, if my buddy orders a pizza and there's pineapple on it, I'm still eat it.
I'm with you. There's nothing wrong with pineapple on pizza in the right context. I'm not crazy about it. I'm also not a hater. Hang on. We're just trying to keep track of people who give us money who want to answer your questions unless they're obscene or mean.
Obscene or mean.
Where is Liquor Store 352 and what do you think of the new sleep token? Okay, so that's actually a perfect question because Dylan's not wearing this t-shirt by mistake.
Yeah, this is a Sleep Token shirt. I love the new song. I'm very excited to see what they do. First song out with RCA Records. A lot of people were worried how it would change. I think they're doing great. They're kicking ass. I'm loving it.
Okay, there we go. I'm honestly, I'm not necessarily a fan of that genre, but since being introduced to a lot of the different stuff that Dylan listens to, like Sleep Token's one of those bands where I'm like, wow, there's like so much incredible musicality happening, like all across musical genres, especially in like the metal space right now. So, and they're
killing it.
They're not just metal. I mean, there's so much cool stuff going on.
Oh yeah. Got some hip hop. Got some rap in there.
Okay. Blunts or joints?
I've always been a joint guy.
Joints all the way.
Mhm.
I never understood the blunts.
Blondes are just crazy.
And I've been allured by the trying to find the right word for this. I know how good tobacco can be, but don't mix it. Like just keep things separate. Like tobacco. If you enjoy tobacco, that's fine. I understand. Nicotine's its own thing. You do you.
Mm-hmm.
But no, Joints all the way. Let us know what you think. Top 3 domestic beers. Okay. $1.99 gets you top 3 domestic beers. Go. $1.99 does not get you a kiss. We're not going to say how much gets you a kiss, but it's definitely not $1.99. Top 3 domestic beers.
Oh boy.
I got mine.
You go first. I got.
Okay. So top 3 domestic beers for me are definitely Busch, Miller High Life, Coors Banquet. In that order.
Oh, okay. Coors Banquet is definitely on there. Is Yingling domestic?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Coors Banquet, Yingling. I don't know any about the third. Honestly, I think I just go Busch Light.
Okay. There it is.
Yeah.
I've always been more heavy than
Easy.
light in the Busch department, but there you have it.
Mm-hmm.
Top 3 domestic beers. How about your best whiskey for a whiskey ginger?
It's definitely more of a U territory.
I feel like Irish whiskey works really well for a whiskey ginger at St. Patrick's Day. The ginger ale is not super intense. It's not like ginger beer. I'm assuming you mean ginger ale. If you order a whiskey ginger at a bar and I was the bartender, I'd give you ginger ale. So in that line of thought, I would say that Irish whiskey would work well, but I also like something a little stronger in a whiskey, in a cocktail at least. So bourbon I think is too sweet. Ginger ale is already sweet, so maybe something that's rye whiskey, so like an overproof rye whiskey, like Old Overholt, 100 proof would be delicious. Or if you do like bourbon, maybe we go for like a high rye bourbon, like Old Grandad 100 proof in a whiskey ginger would be delicious. Yeah, anything like that. Go crazy. When you're mixing whiskey with soda, just make sure it's not too expensive and then go nuts. The world is your oyster. The world is your whiskey ginger, I should say.
Well,
okay.
that's powerful.
How do we feel about Alice in Chains?
Yeah, I'm cool with them. Yeah, I listen to them occasionally, but needless to say, I lean more towards the heavy stuff.
Yeah, I've always loved Alice in Chains. I recently saw Jerry Cantrell on tour. He was opening for Bush, which was incredible. That was like total 90s childhood dream. So yeah, Alice in Chains, Minor Harmonies, just yes, all the way, every time, all the time. Okay, let's keep on the whiskey train, and someone wants to know what the best whiskey is for $50, $100, and $200. So I think we stick to like not secondary pricing, like MSRP, like on the shelf. The 200 is going to be hard. What's your best whiskey for $50?
For 50? I mean, you're kind of, wow, you got a whole catalog of great whiskeys for that price.
I mean, right off the bat, I'm going to say that New Riff Single Barrel is right in that $50 price range.
I was just thinking about New Riff.
The rye or the bourbon, they're both right in that price point and both delicious. Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, it is. The prank calling is getting to be a bit much. Honestly, there was a time where it was worse.
Yeah.
But it's just like, it's so. I'm not going to.
Yeah.
Shouldn't.
Yeah.
Just whatever. Let's move on. Shouldn't even acknowledge.
$100 whiskey.
Yeah, $100 whiskey. So $50, we're gonna say New Riff. $100. That's getting difficult.
Yeah.
So
I don't know a lot of.
Anytime you're spending that much, it's like, are you really buying the raw materials and the time spent? You know, maybe you're spending some money on advertising. Maybe you're spending money on some rarity. You know, it's hard to tell at that point. $100 price range, is that like that difficult?
Yeah.
Price range?
At what point in time do you kind of just start paying for the name? Really?
Like, for example, someone just asked, would we buy Eagle Rare for $90 or Bland's for $150?
I wouldn't buy either.
Absolutely not. Like, I'm not buying Eagle Rare for $90. There's so much amazing bourbon out there for less than $50, and $50 is so expensive for bourbon.
And it's almost all you really need. If you're going for one bottle,
Sub 40, like sub 40, you can get the highest quality bourbon. It's just a matter of taste and how rare you want your bottle to be.
yeah,
But we already said Coors Banquet's both in our top 3 domestic beers.
Top
Come
three
on,
domestics.
where have you been? Okay, so $200 bottle of whiskey. Best whiskey for $200.
I'm not gonna lie. I don't know that many whiskeys for that price range. I know that we had the birthday bourbon, Old
Yeah.
Forester.
Well, that would cost a little bit more than $200.
Yeah, that was
Here's a hot take. If you're going out and buying whiskey, you don't have to spend as much as you think. Most people say a big number when asked, how much do you want to spend on a bottle of whiskey? And they say, no more than $100. $100 is a lot for a bottle of whiskey. Much MSRP.
right.
It's a great whiskey. If I had $200 to spend on whiskey, I probably wouldn't buy it. But when I tried it, I really enjoyed it. It's just a matter of finding like what's the right price for you.
Audio.
What's up with audio?
I
It's
guess some people were saying that it's back now.
Okay.
You can aim right in the middle. You can bullseye it and get some amazing products.
Yeah, bourbon especially. If you're in the Scotch department, we're talking more money. It just takes longer importing. We're in a different category. Okay. Speaking of best things, let's talk about the best añejo tequila on a budget. Budget añejo. I always like the Murakami añejo.
Yeah,
It's not too expensive.
it's kind of it's a solid one.
It's like
With the Herradura
$50
añejo, would you call Herradura añejo
That's a good
kind
one.
of budgeted, or did we start kind of creeping up a little too much there?
So I think the implicit part of this question is like,
What's a budget to you?
what's a budget añejo, and then, or there's also definitely tequilas that are añejo that you're getting charged way too much for. Maybe like Don Julio 1942. So, if I was going to splurge on an añejo, it would probably be an extra añejo, and one that I actually Googled the other day because I was like, do I just buy it because I want it, is the Tapatio extra añejo. I mean, that just is supposed to be, I've never had it, it's supposed to be ridiculous. So if you're out there and you want to send us a little sample of it, we'll take it. But Tapatio extra añejo is something I would definitely splurge on. Then if I wanted something a little cheaper or more affordable, the Murakami is something that I really like.
Yeah.
Which one of you single? We kind of already answered that one. Dylan's the single one.
Hit me.
Cue the little Beatles subtitle there. Sorry, where else he's taken. Let's see. How did your friendship start?
Liquor store.
Yeah. Honestly, it was like,
You did let my buddy and I borrow your burner.
dude. And I remember going out of town and I needed someone to watch my cat. And I was like, Dylan could totally watch my cat. And anyone who knows me knows I'm a freak about my pets. I only have one right now, my dog, but my previous cat. I'm a total freak. And I was like, Dylan, I'm gonna need you to live at my house for a certain amount of time. Like, watch my cat. He's got diabetes.
That's a. Oh.
Okay.
Hmm.
Maybe it is. Are people
Good.
trolling us? I wouldn't put.
Audio is fine.
Should be good. Okay, cool. Are we back? Okay, cool.
Cool.
We don't. The cat's dead. I already told you.
Yep.
And it's a liquor store, so it's like, you know, what are you gonna do? Okay,
Huh?
cool. Do you think the audio is actually cutting out?
I don't know.
I'm gonna look again.
I will say there's definitely some glitches going on.
Okay. I think we're gonna have to end it.